About the Domestic Energy and Jobs Act that's being unveiled today. Joining us now with more is Congressman Kevin McCarthy. He is the House Majority Whip. And Congressman, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
This Jobs Act that we're talking about, the Jobs and Energy Act, is actually a combination of 7 different bills. Can you lay out the gist of what they all do?
Well, they do a number of different things, but the core of what it does is produce more domestic energy, because what we have found is when you look at North Dakota, the fundamental growth, much of our energy growth across America has been on private lands, not public lands. The federal lands are actually down 14%. So we streamlined permitting. You've got 1,600 permits from the BLM sitting out there right now that have been delayed 3 years. That's 65,000 jobs. It touches on numerous different things, such as the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Anytime the president wants to tap that, all it says is we should replace that, because that's a reserve. Replace it and open up more federal lands. This is an opportunity for job growth. Recently, the House Energy Action Team went across the country from all different places. I was up in North Dakota. I have watched North Dakota in just the last few years not only pass California, but has now passed Alaska. I have watched, they don't have enough housing. I paid more than $200 a night at a Best Western. They have economic growth at investments in America. We want to see that happen across America.
Congressman, obviously you're going to have support from your party, but what are the odds of these acts, these bills, getting passed, picked up by the Senate, and then approved by the administration?
Well, what's unique is every single one of these bills have bipartisan support out of committee.
Okay.
We don't know what happens in the Senate, because we've got 29 bills sitting over there when it comes to jobs. It has been sitting over there. Everything seems like it goes to the Senate to die. But this is a unique opportunity that we can invest not only in America instead of someplace else, but we can raise the domestic job growth, but at the same time change our energy policy in America.
The reason I ask that, though, is it seems that there is so little cooperation from the two parties in Washington right now. And with an election looming, it doesn't seem like the easiest time to get more cooperation back and forth across the aisle. How confident do you feel that this is something that, as you mentioned, it's got bipartisan support in the committees there? How confident do you feel that this is something that can actually happen before November?
I never put a great deal of confidence in the Senate, but I do believe that the power of the idea should win at the end of the day. These are strong ideas that have bipartisan support, that I think we should have that fight. I mean, we should be able to move it to the Senate and have the Senate bring it up. If it was able to come up on the floor, I'm very confident it would pass the Senate.
We've watched energy prices come down pretty drastically over the last couple of weeks as we worry about what's happening in the economy, particularly with those jobs numbers that we got last Friday. Does that change anything? Right now, I think oil's back at around $83. It was down as low as $81. If energy prices come down, would that change the calculus of anything that goes into any of these acts?
I don't see that, because if you look today, it's almost at 100%. The gasoline price is higher since the president has taken office. Vulcan is still profitable at $60 a barrel. This is American investment in America. I mean, if we're for all the above, we should be for all the above in the process. The one thing I see in California, you have $4.30 a gallon is what I filled up. That is still a difficulty for American families. And you have 18 different boutique fuels that have gone online after Memorial Day. That changes the price of oil wherever it goes. That uncertainty in the job of what you're paying for energy costs hurts economic growth at the same time.
Hey, Congressman, there's a piece in the USA Today. Oregon is booming. And I don't think of it as, I don't know, it's not North Dakota, it's not, and it's just, I mean, it's right above you. Why aren't you doing better? What's Oregon doing that California is not doing?
Well, if you look at the tax policies in California, we are so backwards. We have 12% of the nation's population, but we have 32% of the nation's welfare population. California gets 25% of their entire budget from 144,000 people out of 37 million. Why? Because California punishes job creation but rewards government assistance. I mean, if you really want to look at the direction that America is going, it's California, and that's the wrong path. Higher regulation, more boutique fuels. You can't build a new refinery, so you don't have the infrastructure. Even though the largest shale find in America today is where? In Monterey. But will we be able to tap it? We have new technology that environmentally we can tap new energy finds and bring it up in a more environmental friendly way, but also produce more American jobs.
Yeah. You need to tell that story between now and November, don't you? Have you talked about this before, or is this...
We talk about this every day. We just think the one thing you have found in America, when you look just from 2000, where has the job growth been? It's been in the energy field, and it's been booming from North Dakota to Texas, and it goes out from Pennsylvania, Ohio. This is a unique opportunity that the investment will stay in America.